So, opening act, episode nice. Okay, and if you understand what episode nice means, you are a Chad. This introduces multiple things that will apply later this season, and things that led to, well, new stuff to buy. Most assuredly this. The main plot of opening act has the Sub-Digital's drummer, Chris, who happens to be later revealed to be Chris Morales. That's right, Jim's nephew, has decided to appear at Caddick and is putting on a talent show of young aspiring musicians. Odd's got his CD, Sissy's trying to show up, and everybody at the school wants to get the aberration of the famous person. Even Aelita, bringing up her DJing again from Final Mix. And sure enough, she's got a mix. In fact, a lot of CDs, actually. Obviously, she's been listening to a vast collection of music for musical inspiration. This is good, though. But at first, Jeremy, being Jeremy and a pseudo-controlling dick at the worst possible times, doesn't want her to pursue her musical dreams because they got a virtual boat to complete. More on that next week when it makes its proper introduction. But Xana is intrigued too, enough to possess Chris to try to play another game of Yeet or No Yeet, using William, of course. So it's off to the rest of the good guys to stop Viva Chris, which is more difficult than it should be. And even Jim, once again, gets involved directly in the plot, in indirectly helping the kids for like the 4th time now. The Lyoko battle itself ends up being rather run-of-the-mill stuff. Even though now you see how the angel wings are activated through Aelita's star cuff. But once again, we're just in the desert sector, so there's nothing new experimentally and Lyokingly to report. The good guys win, and the tower is deactivated, of course. Aelita this time gets her mix to Chris, in which she gets invited to perform with the Sub-Digital, something that will be cashed in later this season with music to soothe the savage beast. Yeah, that's the name of an episode this season, and we'll get there. But most importantly, this introduces the Sub-Digitals, a band that was lately touched upon, although back in season 2, gets its proper introduction here. The Sub-Digitals might be an in-universe band, but their music, however, is not. In fact, if you go to Amazon, you can actually buy it. In fact, I would get up and actually show you my copy of the actual Code Lyoko soundtrack. Yeah, I didn't buy many CDs in my day, but the minute I found out that this CD was a thing, I instantly copped it. brand new. It features unique tracks done by the Subdigital's band. The most noted is the one you keep hearing at the end of each credit sequence saying Season 2. A little ditty called Get Away. Of course, the soundtrack CD is bookended by the full-track version of A World Without Danger. And trust me, the song is way better in full than it ever was in that 60 seconds. Trust me. This soundtrack was so good, me and my niece Samantha used it as background music to replace the background music in Blue Dragon. That's right, back when 360s used to let you burn CD albums onto your hard drive and replace the music. Remember when you used to be able to do that? And I did that alongside several different albums of varying taste. But this introduces a plot line and reintroduces Odd's kind of chummy but not so chummy relationship with Jim and teases what will happen in the next episode. As you can quickly see this early in the Season 4, the structure and control that made the show great in Season 2 is quickly restored here. And even more so. Yes, Lyoko is taking a bit of a back burner. After all, it is resurrecting. But don't worry, in the next couple episodes, Lyoko and Lyoko interest will be back in a plum. But for now, with opening act, this is a 4 out of 6 episode. A very fun, very simple, and lightly character building ditty for multiple characters, introducing the show's in-universe band more physically, and ultimately going to chain into future episodes that we talk about down the line individually. A very good episode for the 3rd episode out. But next week, in fact, we will talk about that virtual boat, Skid Vladimir. And you can trust in the next week, I'll be looking up research on whether that was an actual Viking ship. Because I've always been curious about it, and I'm going to give you the answers. So until next week, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana, Lyoko Warriors. Keep the viruses away.